Welcome back to IvanVentures. I'm Ivan. Over the past 3 episodes, we've dived deep into the mindset of the modern investor, from side hustles to the power of community research. And now, this is it, the big one, the finale of our 4-part journey exploring how Gen Z and Millennials are completely reinventing the world of investing.
And I'm Mella, and Ivan, I think we saved the best for last. Today, we are closing out the series by talking about one of the most powerful, most important tools that every new investor needs and probably already has in their pocket.
Investing apps. It's so true. In 2025, your phone isn't just how you check the market anymore, it is the market. From the big names you hear everywhere, Robinhood and SoFi, to the established giants like Fidelity and the new players like Public and M1 Finance. These apps literally define how we learn, how we trade, and ultimately how we build wealth.
It's honestly wild to think about the before times. Like, once upon a time, investing meant you had to call a broker, a person, on the phone.
Oh, I know, paying these huge, high commissions for every single trade, and then just waiting for days, sometimes for the trades to even settle.
And now,
Now you can buy a fractional share of Apple or a tiny slice of the entire S&P 500 in 10 seconds? And the best part, commission-free trading just blew the doors wide open for millions of Gen Z and millennial investors to even get started.
right. And what's so interesting is that each app seems to fit a different kind of personality. You know, there are apps for the fast traders, some for the long-term planners, some for people who just want to learn as they go.
Exactly. So let's look at the best of 2025 and figure out which one fits you.
Okay, so where do we start? We have to start with Robinhood, right? The OG.
The original disruptor. It just made investing feel accessible. It made it feel less scary, even fun.
It was the design, the clean interface, a little confetti burst when you made your first trade. That whole gamified feel just pulled an entire generation into the market.
hmm And by 2025, Robinhood has grown way beyond just stocks. You can trade crypto, you can get into options, which be careful with those,
Oh, yeah, very careful.
and you can even earn a really solid interest rate on your uninvested cash, which is a huge plus.
Okay, but the flip side, that same simplicity, that ease of use, it can tempt beginners into overtrading, right? It makes it feel like a game where you should be making moves all day.
It's the gamification of investing, the constant notifications, the stock price tickers flashing green and red. It's designed to be engaging, but it can also trigger emotional, impulsive decisions instead of thoughtful, long term strategy.
Totally. You see a stock soaring, you get FOMO, fear of missing out, and you jump in without doing any research. Then it plummets and you panic sell. That's a recipe for losing money, not building wealth.
Exactly. That's the perfect way to put it. Robinhood is great for active users, for people who are engaged and know what they're looking at. Just always remember, the easiest app isn't always the smartest trade.
And that brings up a really important point about the psychology of having the market in your pocket 24/7. The constant access can be a double edged sword. That should be on a t shirt. Okay, so next up is SoFi. And fun fact, it's short for social finance,
I actually did not know that. See, learning things on our own show.
right? And SoFi isn't just an investing platform, it's more like a full financial ecosystem.
Yeah, it's the all in one app. You can invest, bank, refinance loans, get a credit card, earn high yield interest on your savings. Everything is inside that one app.
And for new investors, their automated investing is pretty much ideal. You just set a goal, you tell the app your risk level, and SoFi builds and manages an ETF portfolio for you automatically.
SoFi is perfect if you want your finances to be organized and just grow quietly in the background without you having to stress over it.
You know, speaking of starting simple, a lot of people I know start even simpler than that. The goal isn't making big returns at first. It's just to build the habit.
You are literally telling my origin story right now. That's exactly how I began. My first real investing experience was with Acorns.
The spare change app.
Exactly. Every swipe of my debit card, it rounded up the purchase and invested that spare change automatically. At first, it wasn't about trying to pick winners, it was just about the act of starting. And watching those tiny little deposits grow, that's what actually taught me what compound interest really means.
That is such a good gateway. You build consistency before you have to worry about complexity.
Exactly. And then when I wanted more control, I moved over to M1 Finance. There, I could design my own pies. That's what they call them.
Pies. Okay.
Yeah. So I can make one slice for dividend stocks, another slice for ETFs, a slice for long term holds, and it would still automate the process. It was the perfect balance between hands off and hands on.
So Acorns built the habit and M1 refined your strategy.
Right. And that's the message I share with anyone just starting out. You don't have to start big, you just have to start. And apps like Acorns, M1, and SoFi, they make that first step possible.
Okay, so let's shift gears a bit. Then there's Fidelity. I feel like they're the wise veteran that somehow managed to stay fresh.
The trust factor. Yeah. With Fidelity, you're not getting flashy gimmicks. You get rock solid tools, fantastic research, and just decades of reliability. It's ideal for long term investors, especially if you're thinking about retirement or building a serious dividend portfolio.
And they've kept up too. Zero commissions, fractional shares, great data. Fidelity really proves that traditional doesn't mean outdated.
Not at all. They're a giant for a reason.
Okay, how about something totally different? Public. It mixes investing with social learning. You can actually follow other investors, read their insights, and even access alternative assets like art and collectibles.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's all about transparency meets education. It's a community for people who want to learn by observing what other, maybe more experienced people are doing.
So think of it as investing meets Instagram, but with actual financial value.
Exactly. And we can't talk about the future without talking about AI. Legacy powerhouses like Charles Schwab are now blending their human expertise with artificial intelligence.
The rise of the robots.
Pretty much. Their apps use algorithms to highlight risk, track diversification, and even suggest rebalancing ideas for your portfolio.
It's incredible. I mean, we've gone from paper statements in the mail to predictive analytics in our pocket in a single generation.
It's a huge leap, but, and this is important, AI can help, but it's a tool, not a fortune teller. You have to use it to inform your decisions, not replace your own judgment.
Okay, wow, that was a lot. Let's do a quick recap because choosing the right app is like choosing a workout routine. It really has to fit you or you won't stick with it.
Exactly. Okay, lightning round. Robinhood is for the fast traders, the daily users.
SoFi is for beginners who love automation and want everything in one place.
Acorns is for the pure habit builders.
M1 Finance is for the strategic DIY investors.
Fidelity is for the long term planners.
Public is for the community learners.
And Schwab or other AI driven apps are for the data driven investors.
So many different roads, but they all lead to the same destination: financial independence.
We've covered the big players, but what's really fascinating is the rise of specialized apps. They're not trying to be everything to everyone. They're focusing on one thing and doing it really well. Across this whole series, we've explored how Gen Z and Millennials are redefining investing. And it's not just from what they buy, but how they think.
From dividends, side hustles, to research habits, to these smart apps, the theme is so clear. Knowledge equals freedom.
Start small, stay consistent, and keep learning. Your future self will thank you.
This has been IvanVentures, where we make money make sense.
Thanks for joining us on this journey, and remember, the future of money starts with you.
This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only and not financial advice. Always do your own research and consult a licensed professional.